Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. And welcome to Tuesdays with Terry. We are back. So it's a new year, and I love connecting with you, and I love doing this longer form content just to educate, inspire, motivate, and to give you some tactical tools you can use in order to grow your business, to create a dream life for yourself, a happy dream. So today we're going to talk about goal setting. So it's the first week of a new year. So goal setting is on the mind. I was in a networking call this morning at the crack of dawn, and we talked about goals. So the host had mentioned, let's all go around and talk about what our goals are. And a lot of the goals, there was a lot of health goals, and the health goals were very vague. And even my stepdaughter, she had a goal to lose weight. And so I told her, you got to get very specific, like, because you could lose half a pound and you lost weight. Like, is your goal for the year accomplished because you lost half a pound? No, 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 you got to be specific. Like, do you want to lose 10 pounds? And so when you get very specific, then you can start measuring it. So what gets measured gets managed. And this is really important. I know I started doing, a spreadsheet. I've had one, but, really actually implementing it and using it to track, my progress on the goals that I have and what I'm doing. I know last year I did have a big health goal and I was tracking down what I was eating. I was tracking down, even still, like I have my health goals and tracking it, what gets tracked, what gets measured. And so one of the things I want to do this year is hit 10K steps every day. So I just track that on my phone. It tells me how many steps I've done. And I know if I haven't reached it, then it's time to get on my walking treadmill or go walk the dog. So that's what I do. So what gets measured, what gets measured gets managed. This is so big. Okay, so I titled this, Are You Setting the Right Goals? So when I say the right goals, so first of all, being specific about your goal. But before we get into being specific about your goal, are you setting the right goals? So the right goal would be something that expands and stretches you. We are here to grow. And so the my mentor Bob Proctor says there's three types of goals. The first one is an A-type goal, and that's a goal you know how to do. So it's not even really a goal. You could just plan it. Let's say like I want to get a new car, but you've gotten a new car before, so that's not really something to stretch you. So that's just a plan. So that's kind of an A-type goal. You just plan it and do it. You know how to do it. You can just go ahead and get it done. A B-type goal, that's the second one. And that's a goal that you think you know how to do. Hey, y'all. So a B-type goal is a goal that it makes logical sense, but it's, more an ego-based desire. It's more like a society's telling you should do this, or you're just doing it for the money, like just strictly the money. Um, and that's more of a B type goal. If you have a C type goal, that's where the real juiciness in the goal setting comes in, because that's a goal that's going to expand and grow you. That's a goal that's going to get you excited to want to jump out of bed, and you're going to have that fire underneath you to really get it done. And the big thing with goal setting is that you're not going to know the how. And if you do try to, create a clear how, and this is the only way, you're not giving, the universe room to surprise you, to, even think bigger than you can even imagine. So what's really important with goal setting is knowing the why. I was going to say how, not the how. Knowing the why and the what. So what it is. And so get yourself in, well, and I actually want to do a little visualization with you in a little bit, but I just want you to just really expand your mind before we even go into it. And so the biggest thing too is thinking from the person who's already got the goal already achieved. Because if you think of it from the point of where you are now, you're going to try to think of the how. You're not going to be embodied into the person who thinks in that manner. And so in our visualization, we'll go through this, but it's really stepping into the person, having an image in your mind, because we think in pictures, having that crystal clear image, putting yourself in it. And then as you put yourself in it, feeling it to be true. So let's say like you want to take a European vacation. So you're imagining yourselves walking through Rome, you're visiting the Colosseum, you're eating some spaghetti and some gelato, having an Aperol spritz. And so you're putting yourself into the vision. And so one of the things I used to do is I used to play, I had two screens. On the background was just luxury like homes as I was, upgrading my home. And then I had, luxury vacations. There's also, you can do cafes in France, just different things, but get yourself in the vibe of it. And the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. I've talked about this before. With my curly hair, if I see a little hairball, sometimes I'll think it's a spider, and my whole body will start to like freak out because I don't love spiders crawling on me, right? But yeah, my body would not know the difference. And there's been so many tests and experience on this. So that's why I love to, just learn the science and the metaphysical, even though I do, believe in miracles, I believe in the unseen, but really, what is the science behind it? There's been studies that show people, when they were, just in a light state of hypnosis, they said that they were going to put their hand in burning hot water, and it was just lukewarm water. What happens is their fingers literally started to blister, so they had physical conditions just from their mind. And then there's also the movies like the Heal documentary, where it just shows the power of our mind, that you can heal your body with the power of your mind. So our minds are just so extremely powerful. And so, as we are doing our goal setting, let's think really, really big and think from the place. And I wanted to say this because I think it's really important. Just as a spiritual coach, spiritual teacher, life and business coach, I really want to say you are whole, healed, and complete just as you are. You really need nothing outside of you. Like, you are taken care of, unconditionally loved, guided, supported. And so, having that knowing, you can just trust and, live in that beautiful state, and then have fun with all these manifestations. Because I used to even feel a little confused, because I was like, oh, I'm a spiritual coach and I also teach manifestation. And so, manifest just means to bring forth. That's like the definition of manifesting. But you can bring forth these desires and be unattached. So, like, have a happy dream. Enjoy your time here. While we seem to have this human experience, all while knowing the truth. So being in the dream, but not of the dream, right? So you can still have fun, have your relationships. And so it's really interesting because, yeah, there's the universal laws of the 3D world that hold it together, like gravity, law of attraction, which action is one of the biggest words in there, law of vibration, law of oneness, law of cause and effect, law of polarity, law of gestation. I love teaching these laws because that's what holds like this 3D world together, even though the spiritual world really transcends it. So when you can really get connected, hey Sierra, when you can really get connected to the truth of who you are, you just ask the all-knowing spirit within you, like, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say, and to whom? You will be directed and guided, and that's really, the just the end all be all, right? Like, that's like you can be in that heaven like state here on earth. And so, yeah, so that's beautiful, and you can get into that state at any point. But, like, let's have fun. Let's manifest and have some fun in the dream. Why not? Okay, so I did want to do a little visualization for you. I'm not going to go too deep. Maybe I'll do like a YouTube on this, but just to kind of, get a taste of it, and then you can do this on your own or just come back to it and slow it down. But okay, what I wanted to do is have us all close our eyes. But before that, let me just explain what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to just rub our hands together to get the energy flowing. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put our hands on our chest, open receiving position. And then we're going to close our eyes and focus on the third eye as you're, going into the visualization. So hands, palms up in the receiving mode. And we're going to take deep breaths in through our nose, in and out through our nose, taking slow, deep breaths. And I'm going to go pretty fast in this. Like, normally, you want to do like 10, 15, 20 breaths to really get centered and grounded. But just taking some deep breaths, and you can go in through your nose, out through your mouth, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And as you're breathing, just get grounded in your seat. Continue looking out from the third eye, and quiet your thoughts. If they come, let them come and let them pass, and just get quiet and get still and get centered. So, in this moment, I just want you to imagine that you are walking up a big, beautiful marble staircase. And as you're walking up that big, beautiful marble staircase, there is a door, and that door leads to January 7th, 2026, 1 year from now. We are stepping into the future, into our future selves. And you open the door, there's a little fog, it feels cool on your face and damp. As you walk through it, you see a scene of you. And in that scene, visualize yourself. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you with? How do you feel? Feeling is the secret. How do you feel in that moment? Do you feel powerful? Do you feel accomplished? Are you in love? Are you at peace with where you are and who you are and the decisions you made this last year? And then look at yourself and think back of all you've done in this past year in 2025. And then just keep continuing to feel into that vision. So, really the feeling is the secret. The feeling is the vibration. The vibration you emit is what is going to be attracted to you. So, just energy frequency match, like getting that clear signal on a radio or a Wi Fi signal. So, you want to get in the feeling of it. And then I was saying our mind thinks in pictures. So, keep that image top of mind. And so, I didn't want to go too deep in it, but as you're doing this, and I would really recommend doing this again, just get the breath down. Just get in your breath, get connected to the all-knowing spirit, and then have a clear intention. If you're not seeing a vision, then just ask, say, show me the vision, show me it is, what I need to, do, become, have, be, and the answers will be given to you. But you can't think of the state of your current self. If you want more money, then you have to think of yourself as a prosperous, abundant woman. How are you walking? Who are you hanging out with? What are you doing? And then the next guided steps will come there when you can cultivate the intuition. Just let yourself be guided, but have the big grand vision. And once you have that 2025 looking back grand vision of your life, start writing it down. So what did you do? I got on podcasts. I, hosted a workshop. I hosted my own retreat. I had a weekly show, and it's going to be different for everyone because it's based off, what's going to work for you. And it's also going to be for your ideal client. So if you are more of an introvert, maybe you're doing more posts and more reels. If you are, an extrovert and you like to talk in front of the camera, then maybe you're doing some videos and you create a YouTube or a live stream weekly podcast. So really it's up to you, feel into it, who you are, what your strengths are, and just holding that vision. And what I would recommend everyone to do is definitely measure your results. So if you have a journal, write down what it is. If you want more money, then what is it that you could do to bring in more money without knowing exactly how you're going to do it. Like, think back from the goal, because if you think like, oh, I just want more money, like, maybe you'll get $1. It's like, okay, that's not what I really wanted. But do I want 10K once? Do I want 20K months? And so then, okay, if I wanted 20K months every single month, like, what do I need to do? Maybe I need to create a program, a one-on-one program. And as you take actions, this step will be guided. There's a quote by Rumi. It says, like, as I walk the way appears. And it's like, that's really how it is with life. Like, it will be unfolded as you're taking action. And sometimes you think this is the way I need to go, but you get rerouted in the best way possible. But it's just keeping the goal top of mind. And so I didn't go too much into the why, but like, why is this so important to you? What do you want out of it? And so I think this is really important because it just sparks that motivation and that inspiration for you to like keep going just for yourself. And so if you want to remodel your house, you want to travel, you want to provide for your kids, you want private education, you want to put them in sports, you want to get, new clothes or shoes or a car or whatever it is, like, knowing why will keep that motivation for you really top of mind. And then having your non-negotiables. And so one of the things that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to do it next week because we're already getting, I didn't want this to be more than 15 minutes. So we're at 13 minutes. So I'm going to talk about paradigms next week. And our paradigm is our habitual way of living. So what time do you get up in the morning? Like, how are you going about your daily, habits? Like, do you brush your teeth? Do you drink water? Do you make coffee? Like, we were running on a paradigm. And so I'm going to dive into paradigms next week. It's a fascinating topic. And it breaks the gap from what you know and what you do. And so you might be thinking like, oh, this sounds a little like fluffy or airy fairy, but the inner work is really where the work like starts. This is like 95% of the work because the strategy, you could ask ChatGPT anything right now, like, how do I create a course? And or I want to create a course for spiritual entrepreneurs to, like very detailed, like it's for a person that's 30 to 50, like ex corporate, like you can just go very detailed into what you want from ChatGPT and it'll lay everything out for you. I've done multiple master classes and I was like, this is what I want. Like, what should I talk about? It breaks down hour by hour or like every 10 minutes, like this is what you need to say. So the strategy's out there. There's not a lack of strategy out there. It's really the inner work. Like, are you showing up? And if you're not showing up, why aren't you showing up? Do you believe in your mission and your cause? Do you believe that like you're worthy of receiving the things that you want? And so I love to work on the inner world with people because I've been there. I've been there where I was just, sad, depressed, not manifesting the things I wanted. And I felt more of a victim of circumstance than an empowered creator. And so I just want to change that for people because our minds are so powerful. And I was not using my mind for good. I was using it more for just like trying to handle life instead of like being the pioneer and captain of my ship and really creating what I really wanted in this world. So, yes. I love it, love it. Thank you, Sarah. So good to see you. So that was it for today. Set your goals high, set them big. Tune in. So when I first started, and I'll be quick. When I first started, I had a coach that said, "We'll do marketing consulting," and that was a B type goal. So I said, A is what you know how to do. I hadn't been a marketing consultant before, but I got my MBA in marketing, and so I was a marketing consultant for all different industries like trade consultants, plastic surgeons, gym owners, like art, art studios, and so I had so many different people, and then I was doing their graphics. I didn't even know what I was getting into, but I started doing all this stuff for them, and then I realized that's not what I really want to do, and that was a B type goal. It was just like logical, it made sense, it made money, but it wasn't what I really wanted to do. So now I just feel like talking to spiritual entrepreneurs and being able to help them with their strategy, their inner work, is exactly what I want to be doing. Like I love the spiritual. I'm gonna dive more into Course in Miracles too. I love the principles. They brought me so much peace, so much joy, and I think if you use these to, I know because I use it, if you use them into your business as well. Course in Miracles is a text about transcending the whole world and waking up, but a lot of it is turning back to love and service and transcending fear and not having any ego. So you're just really giving of service, and so you're being, as it says, a teacher of God to wake people up to the truth. And I think there's a lot of people in the world. My mission is to I want to wake up a million people, and I can't do this by myself. Maybe I could, probably could. If it's just really about me, just being the light. But I want to help other people on the same mission to grow their business because then I'll be able to hit that million people, right? And then we'll all get to wake up together, which is going to happen inevitably, but we can save time if we all come together and we can learn these principles faster. So we'll be in our pure peace, bliss, and happiness and joy, sooner. So why not? All right, I love you all so much. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that today. Yep, yep. Ah, so good. Yeah, let me know your goals. I'd love to hear it. Yeah, do it in your personal life. Yeah, think anchor in a moment. Anchor in a moment that it's worked for you before so you know it's possible. Because a lot of that's where the belief, like we don't believe it. We're like, oh, actually, I set this intention. I didn't know the how, but I knew it's what I wanted, and then it happened. So anchor in that moment for yourself because that'll help instill the belief in you that you can do the thing that you haven't done before, but you've done things you haven't didn't think you could do, and they've been accomplished, right? So anchor in that moment for yourself. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.